In a labyrinth of rickety clocks, time that never had any meaning is lost. The hands vanish into the void, while the ticking echoes into oblivion. But what does it matter if life is just an illusion, a dream that dissolves at sunrise? Experiences, labors, vain passions are lost in the wind like sand between our fingers. It doesn't matter how many years we've wasted, the hours stolen by empty and fruitless days. Life is a game without winners or losers, an interrupted dance without a final step. And when our breath dies away, the illusion fades like an echo lost in infinity. No matter what we've done or not done, the result will always be the same. But perhaps within that wasted time lies an essence that cannot be seen. A treasure hidden among years of illusion that only those who seek with open eyes can find. Not having lived, perhaps life wasn't in vain, but an opportunity to search for that secret meaning. Because even if appearances are fleeting, the search for truth is eternal. Good night to all the victims.
Longobucco awoke feeling more tired than when he'd fallen asleep. Old age was now beginning to take over almost every cell in his body. He still had much of his youthful enthusiasm remaining. That passion had driven him to pursue a career as a scientific investigator. But he realized that while the mind could overcome obstacles, unfortunately, the body could not. He wasn't in the habit of taking sleeping pills before bed, even though his Martina, a good anesthetist, a professional at the Reggio Emilia Hospital, insisted they would do him good, or at least prevent him from having bad dreams, nightmares caused by his job, which forced him to witness brutal murders. Therefore, that night, as he had often done for years, he had a restless sleep, filled with anguish. But what most worried the former RIS chief of Parma that morning was the certainty that the images created in his subconscious during those fragmented dreams were not entirely and exclusively his own. This sent a shiver down his spine, fearing it might be a bad sign that would drive him mad. I'm not even the master of my dreams anymore. He looked at the digital clock on the gray marble top of the bedside table. The red numbers indicated 3 minutes past 6. He had to get up to go to the Carabinieri barracks in Magenta. The police needed him, in the city where the brutal murder of a young man had taken place, and the killer had left clear signs that directly concerned him. But why him? He had long since left the Parma RIS command, but evidently his destiny was still tainted by evil. And despite himself, he still had to experience it firsthand, face to face with the devil. He pulled back the crumpled sheet, got out of bed, and went to the bathroom. A rather tiring day lay ahead of him, and he no longer had the youthful freshness of his former self.
Hundreds of miles away, a man also awoke from a bad nightmare, but he remained in bed, in the darkness, meditating. It was still early to get up. He had nevertheless slipped into a contented sleep during the night, with the liquid, satisfying sensation of a beached boat returning to the sea. His calm, quiet, barely perceptible breathing barely lifted the sheet covering him, indicating that he was alive, that the fabric covering him was a blanket and not a shroud. Beside him on a nightstand lay a mask, motionless, inert, meant to come to life only on his face. It was the mask of Lord Farquaad. The man, lying on the bed, thought of the scene of the murder he had committed the previous night while wearing the Shrek mask, as if he were witnessing the macabre footage of a real scene experienced by another person. And he fell asleep again, having another nightmare. Indecipherable images that agitated him, even if the figures his mind tried to unravel couldn't shake the perfect immobility of his body. At first it was dark. Then there was a dirt road, and at the end he could just make out a building, under the soft light of the full moon. It was a warm summer evening. The man approached, step by step, the outline of a large house blurred in the gloom, from which came, like a call, the familiar scent of lavender. The man felt the small bites of gravel under his bare feet. He felt the desire to move forward, but at the same time he was afraid. The man heard the muffled sound of breathing, more labored breaths, and the sharp pang of anguish that calmed and evaporated as soon as he realized it was his own breathing. But then the anguish returned to him again, because he realized that the panting breath belonged to another person, a woman. In danger, screaming for help, and he was helpless. He couldn't help her,